Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the preview. Arsenal take on Real Madrid in the Champions League quarter-final, and it's a game I'm worried about, man. I wouldn't have been so worried. I know Real Madrid, their form has been a bit up and down over recent weeks, and, you know, some Real Madrid fans have been saying that it's the worst football they've seen in a while. But, you know, they've still got the likes of Mbappe, Jude Bellingham, players, Dani Ceballos, Vinicius Jr., loads and loads of attacking threats in their team. And I wouldn't have been as worried, especially at the Emirates Stadium, until Gabriel Magalhaes has got his hamstring injury and he's out. And then coupled with Saliba, it's got to be one of the best centre-back partnerships in world football. And now we're missing the strongest part of that partnership, in my opinion, for this game and for the rest of the season as well. He's so we're going to see Jakub Kiwior in his place, and he is not on the levels of Gabriel. Gabriel has been our best defender this season. I'm not saying that he's a much better defender than Saliba, but he's just that little bit better in my opinion, especially this season. But Saliba's still a great defender, but his partner for this game and for the rest of the season looks like it is going to be Kiwior, who's not on them levels, man. He's not on them levels, and I'm very fearful of this attack from Real Madrid. They're susceptible to a counter-attack. They're conceding quite a lot of goals. Their form's been up and down, as I've just said. I mean, they are worried about this home leg, but when we go out there to Real Madrid, to the Bernabeu, you know, it's going to be a bit of a hiding we might get out there. It's going to be very difficult to draw that game out there, let alone win it. So we need to make a massive effort in this game. We need to have a convincing victory, which on our recent form as well, and without a recognised striker, it's going to be very difficult. But the fact that we've got Bukayo Saka back in the team is a little plus point, but you know, it's still going to be very difficult for us. And I know we rested some players against Everton that we drew that game, and it was a shit game. Never should have been a penalty. I've already done the reaction to that game, so I'm not going to get into that. But for this preview, I'm a little bit worried about it, just because of that defensive frailty that we're going to have now. And Mbappe is a different level. He's got to be, you know, the best striker in Europe. On paper, on recent form. I know Gyökeres is doing bits at the minute. Osimhen is also doing bits striking-wise for their clubs. But, I mean, you know, Mbappe, when you hear that, it strikes fear into the hearts of most defenders in the world. And without Gabriel Magalhaes, you know, I'm fearful of it. But, you know, this is what we wanted. We wanted to get back into the Champions League. The Europa League was, you know, it was a little bit madness out there, playing clubs like miles away on the away games, and it took its toll on us. I know we did reach one final that Chelsea done us in, not so long ago in the Europa League. But anyway, we're in the top competition in European football. When, you know, it's good to be there, it's good to be part of this great competition, but I'm fearing the worst, man. I really am. And Real Madrid have won it more times than anybody else, and you know, they are a great side, man. I mean, their form might have been indifferent and up and down and conceding a lot of goals, but they step up for these Champions League in the Spanish League. You know, it's a different kettle of fish, and this is a level above. And you know, I would normally be a little bit excited about this game. If it was at full strength, I would be excited just to watch the football, just to watch the good game. But I'm fearful of it because of what's happened to Gabriel. And, you know, I am worried about us being able to keep a clean sheet. But we've also got to score goals, and I'm worried about that as well. I'm worried about what he's going to do. Is he going to go with Mourinho as the striker? Or is he going to put Trossard up there like he did against Everton, which he scored? He did score his goal. He took it very well, Trossard. But are we going to go with Martinelli up the front? Who knows? I don't know what Arteta's going to do. But I feel that resting them players, that like we did against Everton, we're going to go as strong as possible. We're going to go as strong as possible. So I'm going to give you my team that I would select for this game. And it starts with, obviously, David Raya in goal. Ben White come back into the team against Everton. But I'm hoping that Julian Timber's fit and he can play back at right back. So I think he's the better option for this game, in my opinion, than Ben White. Ben White's still not got to the levels of what I've seen so far when he's come on the pitch. Not at the levels like he was last year before this operation that he had. So I'm going with Julian Timber at right back. Obviously, Saliba centre-half with Kiwior. It is a little bit worrying there, but you know, I don't think there's anybody else that could step in there and make a difference or do any better than Kiwior. So it's got to be him on the left back. It's got to be Miles Lewis-Skelly in midfield. We've got to go back to Declan Rice and Thomas Partey. Do we play Martin Odegaard in that midfield role, in the attacking midfield role? The 10, if you like. You know, we're going to have Declan Rice as the left 8 and we're going to have Partey as the 6. Declan Rice, maybe, you know what, maybe go for a 4-2-3-1 and have both Declan Rice and Thomas Partey both playing the 6 role. The 3 across the midfield, I'm not sure about Odegaard still. I'm a little bit apprehensive about playing Odegaard in this game against his old club as well, and he's not being great, but he is the captain. And although I do believe that maybe he shouldn't be captain, he is the club captain, and I can't see Arteta dropping him for this game. Would I drop him? I probably would. Like I said before, move Wanyeri over into that number 10. So, yeah, I will be dropping Odegaard, maybe bring him off the bench. And his form for me has been too inconsistent. And I think Wanyeri, moving him across into that 10 and having Saka on the right, Martinelli over on the left and Trossard playing through the middle. That's how I would set up there in the 4-2-3-1. Let me know your team selections. Not what you think Arteta would do, but just let me know what you would do in this game. I think that's the way we have to go because you've got to look at form as well as not as well as I don't want to be like picking favourites, and because like the old England managers used to, oh, well, we've got their club favourites, they're picking them just because they are who they are. But you have got to go on form. And I think kicking him up the arse, Odegaard, he needs it. I know it's an important game. It's a very important game. It's the only chance we've got of winning any silverware. But I don't trust him. I've lost trust in Odegaard. So I'm definitely going to go with Wanyeri. I think pulling him more central could be, you know, a little dark horse move for us. And I'd like to see it. I'd like to see him play more central. I want to see him play with Saka. Saka's hopefully going to be fit enough to play the whole game. I know he's been used as a sub. He's been used as a bit part player since he's been back, and I believe that we can start him in this game, and that's my team. That's who I would play. Don't forget, stick a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you ain't done already. A lot of people that watch these videos aren't subscribers for whatever reason, so subscribe. It costs you nothing, man, and it helps the channel. So if you like the content, do that for me, and I'll see you on the next one. I'll probably do a match reaction after the game as well, so I'll see you later on tonight.